Hello, how are you? I am doing absolutely fabulous. So anyway,
sorry, I kind of got to run. I'll see you in class.
I got the rest of my stuff done, my laundry and whatnot. I think after my and then I also did my an enjoyment.
Homophobic day bashing by a gift. Surely you've reached your peak level. Look, one, I don't think he's full gay. Probably mostly, but two, I don't care.
So for funds, let's keep the good vibes going. This is only for entertainment purposes. And I don't go by it, but one day I am going to say that my decisions will all be by Mr. Predicto. We will do a Mr. Predicto day. If we want to make a decision, we'll do it that way.
I am confident it is no.
Is my twin flame out there?
It is a strong possibility.
Hi, how are you? I am Steffy. It's usually my adventures. Oh, you know what? Let me turn off the... There we go. Anyway, it's Steffi's Adventures. And today we're just talking about good vibes and stuff, whatever makes you feel good. This is Sunday, fun day. Let's make it so. Let's put some good vibes in there. And how's everyone doing today? Put a thumbs up. Feel free to tell me where you're from, what you're doing out here on the internet highway. Why'd you find me? And we also have Bobby. Excuse me. Yeah, that's my personal item. No, you can't do that one either. Hi, how are you? Yeah, my cat was trying to play patty cake with my purse. So feel free to, go over here and then go over here and put a thumbs up and then go over here and say, hey, how are you? Where you're from. I'm here from Pahrump, Nevada. And I live in a little town where there's a my son said, you don't like your neighbors, they'll end up moving one way or another. Because if they're senior citizens and their idea of exercising is going to play slots, yeah. So anyway, we're going to be playing Mr. Predicto. This is just, for entertainment purposes. And we will be asking questions. If you want to ask it a yes, no question, go over here, over here, and tell me what you would like to ask it, So am I going to get... Am I weird?
The answer you seek is yes.
Well, there you go. That's the warning for you. I'm not normal. I'm Abby normal. That's right. All right, here we go. Okay, and we have, let's see, will I see Mr. X one day? Will I see Mr. X next week?
Without hesitation, yes.
Ooh, now remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right. So anyway, I'm my fingers are crossed. Will I get my unemployment Monday, Tuesday?
Definitely yes.
Oh, see, woohoo! There we go. Hi, Jim Massey. I didn't see what you had on there. Well, welcome here. Put a thumbs up. I'm sorry I didn't see your message. I was enthralled. Could you redo the message, please? Hmm.
Everything points to yes.
Woohoo! What were you thinking? I was thinking, yeah. Here, let me type this in real quick.
There is no doubt.
So I don't know what this person said, and I'm like, okay. Let me see if anyone, usually I get a message on my phone. And Mr. Humps a lot. Yeah, Mr. Humps a lot. Oh, what is this? All right. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what they said. Let me see if anyone talks to. So anyway, yeah, I don't know who that was. They said something and then left, and I'm like, I don't know what they said. I get this sometimes. Anyway, this is for entertainment purposes.
It cannot be determined at this time.
Is this person a hater that came here?
Ask later when the time is right.
If that's you, Jim Macy, I didn't know what you said, and you redacted. By the time I looked down, it was already gone.
Yes,
So
I am sure.
yep. So if you want to redo the message or something, that'd be great. But thank you for coming here. I
The answer is yes.
don't know what you said. Yeah, some guy came in here called Jim Macy and said something, redacted it and left. And I'm like, wow, they didn't even put a thumbs up. So I'm like, okay, did they hate me? Did I say something they didn't like? Then I go, you know what? I'm not going to let it bother me because I, that type of stuff happens where you get some people who maybe say something that they're embarrassed to admit. So anyway, let's go and ask silly questions. I couldn't find my pickle. No, but you're a weirdo. You want to come up here and say hi, Bobby? Bobby's here. He's being Mr. Love Man. He's my love man. Come here.
It is best not to say no.
This is my man. He's like, damn it. Oh, you're just holding on to me. Can't wait. You know what I told him? I go, you go outside that door, they're going to cut your nuts off. Yeah, those guys, not me. They're going to get big old scissors. Yeah, you see the big old scissors. You're going to be cutting your little nutters off. You want to see something weird? All right. I'm playing Egyptian music, and for cats, they act different. So let me. There we go. Egyptian music for cats. They have it for cats. Okay. Play this to your cat. Let me see if I can put it in.
Yes.
All right, act Egyptian now. He's looking at me, really? So is my cat. We're listening to Egyptian music. Okay, let me see. Egyptian cat worship flute music.
Discover your new Hyundai right now at ABC Hyundai. Come lease a 2026 Hyundai Sonata for $274.
He's looking right in my eyes. Wow. Look at that. That is neat. Oh my goodness. Are you hearing the dog walk outside the door? There's movement outside the door, and he's looking. Yeah, just to let you guys know, if you can't hear it, that's what's happening. Put the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And someone said my cat immediately got up and started building a pyramid in his kitty litter. So anyway, have you heard of the thing where you play Egyptian music to your cat? And what does your cat do? My cat he'll stare right at me. Hello, Bobby, look at me. Bobby, the Egyptian cat. Wow. Come on up. Come on up. Come on, baby. Oh, he picked me. He did. He was my kind of cat. He's so sweet. Come on up. Come on. He wants to play. Hi, how are you? Chat, tell me where you're from. You can do the message over here. Over here. There we go. We'll move your blanket. I gotta buy a battery for my device. I'm doing it on the ceiling. Get it on this lip. Oh, they disappeared out. Oh, shit. Come here, baby. Hi, how are you? Hi, I have two people. If you say something, please let me see it and don't redact it. I really appreciate it. The music that is playing is called Egyptian cat worship music. Back in the day, they actually worshiped cats in Egypt. And a lot of people say you play this music, your cat acts weird. My cat didn't do a thing. Yeah, he stared at me a bit and then he went and played with a laser, which... There we go. He's been just kind of low key. I'm playing a laser with him. He's not really doing anything. So I'm like, wow, that is pretty cool though. It's very lax music. I guess if you have cats that are acting a little bit for my cat, it just relaxes him. It really does. Oh, hi. I don't get what you mean. You mean digital mirrors of my life? This is a the reason why I do live stream is it would take 5 hours to put an hour up of video, or even 45 minutes. It takes a long time where I'm at. And I usually put live streams because if I do it on the computer, it doesn't take that long to get put up. If I do it on my phone, it takes a 24-hour period for compression. And then it comes up as unlisted. I don't know what you mean by people are just objects in the stream, a digital mirror for your life. What are you talking about? A digital mirror. I have no idea what you were talking about. Oh, sorry about that. Hi. I got my Mr. Cat here. Look at, he's my little Egyptian duders. Okay, I would say that a lot of people can make their thoughts. It'd be like having when I started out visualizing at a young age, where we would make what we call wish boards, you know, what you want to happen in your life, who you want to meet, you want to fall in love, what color hair, what kind of personality you want this person, or what you want. And yeah, I think a lot of people are noticing them. I'm not just the only one. You know, I'm not special in any form on that. You know, but yeah, right? My cat's just such a lovey. Yeah, yeah. The second question is dealing with dermaism and all the things. I'm gonna have to let me show you what I was taught. For my birthday, I asked for knowledge, and it's dealing with remote viewing and what happened to that video? Well, it's called "What the Bleep Is This About," and it is talking about the scientific proof that the solid matter that is here isn't really here. It blinks in and out, and they're saying that, you know, all that. The game, you know, or the simulation theory. I go with the simulation theory on that one. Yeah. It's I do want to have a grounded reality and to have a relationship that's grounded. Yes, I believe in the Matrix in more ways than one. And for a while, I turned my back on it because of the road I picked. And I just got tired of getting people pissed off. At that time, I was always getting somebody pissed off, where I would end up being disqualified from hanging out with anyone else because I was not thinking what they thought. And that's the way it went, you know? My dad said, when the Matrix came out, my dad said, that's what I've been talking about. That's it. That's it. I get a phone call and he's telling me, yep. I go, really, Dad? Nope, that's it. You got to get out of the Matrix. He kept telling me and telling me. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh. But mine, yeah. Simulation theory is my whole thing. Seeing a different music there is, but this one seems the longest one out there without it being 15, 20 minutes, you know. So anyway, we can ask it some more, Mr. Predicto. I can, whatever you want to talk about. What do you mean, like they're under a different persona, or you mean like they're not real people, like they're robots or they're AI? Is that what you're talking about? So anyway, in dealing with that, it's called What the Bleep. Yeah, I know who helped themselves. Anyway, it's called What the Bleep, and it has a lot of people talking about different theories, and it was a pretty good video back in the day. I think there's better videos out now than what there were back in the day. If you want to deal with meditation, you want to, yeah, talk about other stuff, go for it, tell me what you want to talk about. Let's see if we can look up anything. Someone here feels detached and overwhelmed. I see what you mean. Yeah, I think they're detached in a sense. No, I don't. I don't. Wow, someone's smoking some really good stuff. Some people just, I think it's great when people get philosophical, they make you look and, yeah. It's like, okay. I did not get what he had to say. Because that's what you're saying. I have a bunch of fake people on here. God dang it. I knew they'd find out all my blow up friends are, you know, fake. I got a bunch of blow up from. Oh. 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 Oh, I can interrupt. I can interrupt. I usually do. Anyway, so what are you doing today, Jim? Oh, that's nice. We'll put a thumbs up. You know, yesterday we were talking about Tartaria and the meat that is in the United States. Is it real or not? Let's see what we got for today. AI. Ooh, yeah. Yellowstone. Thank you. I really appreciate it. What do you think about Yellowstone? Everyone's talking about the big one again. They're closing off parts of the park that they feel that are dangerous for people camping or anything. They can't get near it. They feel that it's going to blow. And you know, if it blows, it's anything. See, we won't get it, but anything behind it will get it real good. They're like right near. It would be the. I would have to look at the map, but yeah, Texas, we would have a really bad time. So I'm always saying and eagering people to, especially summertime, if you're out west, to keep bottled water. And it is suggested. I haven't looked at it recently, but it's a gallon of water a day. So if you have 5 people, that is already, you know, in a short time, that's like 10 gallons, you know, and you have to drink enough water to keep your body moving and stuff. So yeah, that's the only thing that we cannot live without. So make sure you have a little bit of extra. It's always good to make sure that you have everything that you need to in order to survive if something happens, you know. We also have this Sunday, the corona over in the sun did a really big jump. It's supposed to be coming out this coming week. Do not be, usually when that happens, we can have an earthquake or we can have really warm weather or just unusual weather. My feeling is I think it's going to be some real warm weather. But with that, with all the snow, just remember to make sure you have all your needs, you know, met in your car. So if you're in an area that has cold, like it's a cold area, then make sure you have enough blankets for everybody. Make sure you got enough stuff that you can stay in one area without moving out of the car. You have I call it the wintertime first aid kit. And then if you're going into summer, you got to remember that, especially out here, we're near Death Valley. A lot of people come out here from different parts of the country, especially even in the UK, even in England. We had people who came out here, it was 95, and they acted like it was, 200 degrees out. And I said, God, you're hitting it at a good time. It's only 95. Shoot. So, yeah, it's good to go and, do that. Make sure that you don't have a little Toyota Corolla or whatever. You want to get a Jeep. You want to make sure you get a Jeep or a truck. Don't go off the road. Stay on the road. Look at it from there, because it's not worth getting lost, and it can happen quite quickly. And our weather too can change real quick, so it's good to understand that. Yeah, I was working as a server, and this cute couple came in. They had their baby, and they're talking about going over to the, Death Valley. I said, you know why they call it Death Valley? And they kind of looked at me. It's not called Happy Valley or Rejuvenate Valley. It's called Death Valley because people died. And I said, I see you have a little Toyota. Stay on the road. And if you hear signs of rain, or you know it's going to rain in 6 hours, make sure you make it a quick trip, because it could turn into a flood. And that car is a little bit itty bitty. Yeah. So anyway, I have my cat here, and we are talking. It's like an open discussion, but Yellowstone, again, is probably a clickbait saying, oh, I know. I think they're in Time magazine too. The power that came from that. Wow, that's neat. So the man on the mountain, when it erupted, realized he couldn't outrun it and took pictures until it was on top of him, and then laid over his camera and protected him, the photos with his body. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that. I knew that several people didn't get out, and one guy didn't care. I was alive when it was going on, so I thought it was really neat. Oh, look at my Egyptian cutie for right now. He's looking at me. Ooh, I'm Egyptian. Yeah. Wow. I had a friend of mine later on. Her uncle went down there and got her like a little, little thing full of it. And I got to see it. And it was like a big thing, Well, protecting history, really. I mean, that's wow. Go in your spot. He wants to be petted, so he'll come here and expect to be petted. Wow. That's amazing, though. The pictures, still, we talk about that. And they were saying, hey, I think the only way we really know what's going to happen to the same as, if it happens like the same as Mount St. Helens, it'll start, suddenly you'll see like flakes of looks like snow, and they're not snow. All right, you're on my poop list. Get out there. Because you did that, you can wait. I'm thinking that there'd be like quite a bit of rumblings going on. There would be some earthquakes, and I think a lot of it, I now look at stuff and I go, I wonder if it's a clickbait. What's it going on with this, you know, with the information? And that's the only thing I can say. But yeah, every so often I hear a thing about Yellowstone and how they feel that Yellowstone is going to erupt. They're going to evacuate, and there's no such thing. A lot of this news that I get is like 3 months old, so you know nothing happened. We're still standing here, so we're doing pretty good. Yes. What's amazing is, yeah, we are, yes. What is amazing is, what is the other one that has been documented from an archaeological find would be Mount Vesuvius. Now that's the one I'd like to see. They still have that open, you know, but seeing them in the summer, Jesus Christ, you've got lines way up to, you know, Pompeii. And it's amazing. Pompeii's another one where you think, wow, you know, you've seen all these people. And you know what's the most interesting thing about Pompeii? All right. And they didn't come and say this out loud. My dad told me this because he had a friend who worked there and said, do you know what stuff we were talking about this? He goes, there's, you know how there's a Burger King or McDonald's in some places? Well, there was a prostitutional, they call it like a prostitute's lodge, where you take your son to a good, I guess, clean, expensive, you know, girl, and teach him the ways before he gets married. And it wasn't thought like, oh my God, he's going to there. It was considered a rite of passage for the men. You know, and the women were considered, and they were, you know, the whole thing where people looked at it, down on it, didn't happen until, I would say, you know, 300-400 years from that point. My guess, not facts, okay? My guess. Because in Pompeii, you would go, hey, you know, Junior's about 18 and he's been dating, you know, that girl. They really look like they're getting serious. Let's go take them down to, you know, I guess it would be the Starbucks of ladies' places, you know. And I thought it was funny. I thought my dad was joking. They talked about it 20 years later, and I'm like, really? He was right. He goes, yeah. The stigma wasn't there. They looked at it like they're going to have grandchildren. They're going to put their bloodline. Let's have our kid know what he's doing. He's not sticking it in the wrong hole or something. And that's, you know, what I thought was neat. I found out about Pompeii back in, I would say, I was in 6th grade. The teacher made, a little fake, like one of those. We had to make one, so of course I did. I made, with you make it and you make it erupt. You got your vinegar and your, baking soda. Yeah. It's amazing. They found out a lot about the culture just by the bodies themselves, like what race they were, if they were at one time a slave, if they were a free person. There was a lot of money. There's, of course, a lot of children perished too. But along with that, it was amazing to see, and this is what I'm talking about, archaeology. You can find out just from the latrines, from their bathrooms, which they also had indoor plumbing. They had indoor plumbing just like this. They have a shower way better than mine here, which is like a Barbie shower from hell. Anyway, what they found out is the rich and the poor ate about the same. There was no real people that had, how can I say, less vitamin nutrients. They had probably a very healthy lifestyle. And even though they're saying that here, this is a very healthy lifestyle, I would say over in Pompeii, they lived about 80, 90 years old. They just didn't advertise it. They had probably, if they're going to have indoor plumbing, come on, think about the medicine a little bit, Think a lot of it gets lost in time. You have them, but that is a time capsule. That whole area is a time capsule. And that's what I think is neat. It's an amazing place. I bet you $1 for donuts that you can still find stuff there if you're looking like coins or whatever. You ever think about that? You're in there and you take a coin home and you find out it's haunted. You got a Roman soldier in your house. Oh, yeah. I just took it from Pompeii. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. They found in Russia, was it Russia or Chinese? I think it was China, where they found a woman in a weird, no, it was Russia. She was a beautiful woman. She had died in her mid-30s. And she was in this goop. I forget what color it was, or blue or green. And I'm thinking that was interesting too. And I think that Pompeii is they haven't even, they're still digging through all the stuff. There's villas that have still right now have not been opened or anything. What would be cool is to go behind the scenes where you have to walk carefully, get the brush and you take and you shake them. It's not a glamorous job, okay? It's a lot of sitting out there in the heat. Luckily, in most, they put a big tarp thing, like real nice looking. It's white up on there, and they have some shade, but that's a lot of digging. I know. This was a while back, I used to fall asleep to Coast to Coast. And they had this one guy on there that was talking about ancient technologies. If you go to the pyramid, they have on top of there, it looks like a helicopter. Wow. It looks like a UFO. Wow. Hey, look, it looks like Noah's Ark. Oh, wow. And it doesn't look nothing like you would think. The Ark, what you would think. It was, I think if the Ark had anything, what would be the easiest way to take animals is just their DNA. Just a thought. Then you have the originals, you have them. I'm just. I know, it's crazy shit to think about that. I know I'm bringing up a fallacy, but there is pictures on the internet where two people are in, I think it's one or two people are in a dive thing, and a hand, a webbed hand, is seen like it looks like it's pressing against the glass like this, and you can see the webbed hand. It's real fast. It's like boom, and real fast. You can't fake that. They were live at this thing, and this happened, and it went through the internet like crazy, saying that there's mermaids down there. What else? They're finding huge animals that are in really deep places. They're coming up here. And they said, what do you think is causing this? It has to be some really deep earthquakes that are happening. When you get some deep earthquakes, it's really, yeah. That'd be neat, though. They always show those scary, Jaw movies. You're down there, you got to get decompressing to get down to the ocean floor. There was a movie about that. That was such a good movie. Oh, well, I want to go to the Titanic over here for my birthday. I want to go to the Titanic. I'm going to pay my thing and go to the Titanic. And they have a thing where you can feel the water. Wow. The Ocean Gate. Wow. That sounds neat, yeah. So they have a thing you can see. It's some stuff from the Titanic. So over here in Vegas, and it's $35 a ticket. So it's in my price range. You can take my son and me. They have a thing where you could, if you hold, I don't know if you get a price for holding it in for 10 seconds. Wow. There are some people who are older that said that they stayed with their significant other and just died with them. Think about that. That's just sad in more ways, They also say the Titanic was actually something else and they just renamed it. That it wasn't a prior explosion, and it made it a lot, not as strong. Yeah. Yeah. I want to go to Pompeii. Now you're making me want to go to Pompeii, huh? But summertime's the worst time. Freezing Arctic water. Yeah, so I get to find out this April. Put my hand in that. What everyone felt on their whole body, they didn't get out after 10 seconds, and they didn't just put their hand in there. So it's something else. The shock must have been something, Oh, yeah. I mean, just imagine yourself. How would you feel? It was what? In the evening, everyone's getting ready to go to bed. Everyone's, getting ready to retire. We're just closing up, and this all happens. But what do you think really happened? Do you think it was a German ship, a German submarine? Or do you think it was an ice? I don't think it was an iceberg. I think it was a Russian, like a German ship, or a German submarine, That would have been something else, the shock alone. But think about it, There was really only one. Yep, there you go. I watch a lot of documentaries, and Titanic, they had about 10 of them after the movie came out. I was a good time, okay, documentary horror going, yeah, bring them on. Yeah, they thought it was that. And my dad would talk about hypotheses about the Titanic, what I thought as, what do I think? And I said, it sounds more clear that I really thought that them hitting an iceberg with that has, I said, I think that they covered up someone getting them. They covered up. That's what they did. I really do. Yeah. Do you think AI is taking over? Oh. We're almost done here, so we'll think about what we'll talk about tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Well, I think that tomorrow, I think it's Johnny's thing, his yard thing or whatever. So anyway, you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you later. And everyone enjoy themselves. All right. Everyone take care.